Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. What's happening? Coach Derrick James coming off of a great performance with Jermell Charlo versus Jason Rosario. Now has 2 unified champions in his stable. In a recent interview leading up to the Jermell Charlo and Jason Rosario fight, he was talking about how Errol Spence Jr. Originally he was talking about Jermell Charlo, how he always stays in shape. So when it came down to, fight camp, all they had to do was just really focus on the game plan, focus on strategy, stay sharp, work on the ins and outs and the X's and O's on how we going to get the job done versus this particular opponent. And that same ideal leaks over into Errol Spence as well, because, like Errol Spence mentioned in his past 2 camps versus Sean Porter and Mikey Garcia, it was basically a fat camp. He wasn't doing nothing but, running and doing a whole lot of cardio stuff, trying to lose weight because, he really wouldn't start working out until he got a call that, okay, we got a date for a fight. So now let me go ahead and start going crazy so I can get in shape. You dropping hella weight. He mentioned that, at one point when he came back from the accident, when he was sitting out for a while, he got up to 190. You dig what I'm saying? So, and just imagine with him being, out of the gym when you ain't got no fight, you ballooning up in weight. It's tough trying to bring all that down in a short period of time. So, that really, I feel like Derrick James really hit the nail on the head, how important it is to be in shape when you start camp. That way you can use all your energy, your time, your effort on getting stronger. That's where the strength and conditioning comes in, and then also making sure you sharp and on your game. And that allows you just to really work on more things. That allows you to just really implement any type of game plan that you could possibly go into that particular match with. That way you can have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C. Guys naturally have different plan A, plan B, plan C, just based off of their skill set. But it's different when you can actually, put that shit together mindfully with your coach and say, look, all right, so if he do this, we're going to do this. If he do this, we're going to do this. And you can spend more time focusing on that. I think that makes you a more dangerous fighter. I think it makes you a more versatile fighter. I think it just makes you a more complete fighter, and I think this is going to be one of Errol Spence's best camps that he had in a long time. I just recently saw pictures of him sparring for the first time. He took a couple of pictures with 2 different sparring partners, and he looked real good. Slimmed down, and, looked like, because he had already got slim, about a month and a half, 2 months ago, he was already getting in shape. And right now he's pretty much in optimal shape, and just pretty much focusing on getting stronger and working on his craft and getting back into the swing of things. Of course, being out of the ring for so long, a year, I think that this really is gonna be beneficial to him being in shape going into camp, especially at this time. Earl want to be at his strongest right now, and really want to make a statement coming back from the accident. A lot of people doubting you. You feel like you got a lot to prove. You see Jermell Charlo just come off of a unification match and, having things and shining. And, I know that type of energy rub off on Errol Spence. They always say, Jermell and Earl, they always say iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? So, I really believe that winning attitude and that work ethic, that's why I think that whole camp, man, with shout out to Burley Brooks too, you know what I'm saying? Kid from Dallas, Texas, also being coached by Derrick James. That whole that whole stable, man, and especially, you know, Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo being champions, unified champions. You know, Derrick James is the only coach in boxing with 2 unified champions at the same time right now. I believe it. I don't think, because it's only 8 unified champions as a whole in boxing, and Derrick James got 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I really believe that those guys being, you know, rubbing shoulders together, you know, I think that the attitude and the work ethic and the competitiveness, you know, to keep each other sharp, I think that's a huge thing. And with the performance that Jermell Charlo just had, I really expect Errol to go out there, you know, have a great camp, and then be ready and poised to put on a great show versus Danny Garcia. So I'm really excited to see how his camp unfolds. Hopefully we get some behind the scenes footage, you know, get some fight hype stuff, get some Ellie Seckback stuff, you know, where he in there sparring and hitting the bag and different things like that. So I know we're going to get a little bit of that as shit unfold, you know, as they get deeper into camp. You know, the fight is November 21st. Right, we just going into October right now, so that shit really finna start kicking up, right? I mean, they starting camp. The camp is started right now. You know what I'm saying? But that shit really gonna start kicking up over the course of the next few weeks, man. So I'm excited to see how it unfolds. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Do y'all agree with the importance of being in shape, you know, going into camp? I know a lot of guys don't really do that, you know, and that's what separates the, you know, the elite guys from just the good fighters, elite fighters from the good fighters, and the great fighters from just the, you know, above average fighters, you know. Do y'all agree with that, man? Because like I said, I know a lot of guys, you know, they'll wait to the last minute and they still can go out there and get wins, but are they really as good as they could be? I think Derrick James hit it on the head, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Contender regime, boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.